After I left the safe house and transitional housing, I had my first apartment. I had a security system installed. I slept with pepper spray and a hammer and a baseball bat right near my bed. I slept with heavy pieces of furniture pushed up against my front door. Made sure my windows were locked. And yet still I was scared. I am a survivor. I used to feel like a prisoner in my own home. I hated that feeling. Nervous to go to the mailbox or to the supermarket. Wondering if somebody would recognize me or if he would just run up on me. It's like after I was attacked and the constant threats, I just lived in this fear. And I kept hearing story after story of women who were attacked and stuff, and it didn't help. You know, your home is supposed to be a safe haven. It's supposed to be the place you go after a long day or when you're with your family and you just feel love and safe and secure. And I didn't feel like that anywhere. But especially at night, I felt worried because, you know, at that time of night is less witnesses if something were to happen. I would wake up in the middle of the night and jump out my bed and go and check on my babies and make sure they were okay and check the doors again and make sure the security system was okay. It was like through the night I would not sleep well because I was constantly jumping up just to check everything to make sure everything was okay. And even before I went to bed or when I got home, if I went out for some reason, even though the alarm was enabled, I still felt the need to check all the closets. Let me just check the closets. Let me just check. Let me check. And just to feel like, okay, good. Nobody's in here. I did that for a while, actually. Probably for a couple of months afterwards. Until I started feeling like, this is ridiculous. To do this all the time. It's so draining, you know? And I was heavily into the church because I got saved here after I moved here. And I was always studying the word and scripture, and I felt that the only thing that really was going to keep me safe was God. And if I was going to have true faith, then living in a constant level of fear wouldn't help. Now, my babies didn't know. All they know is that we laughed a lot. I was always tickling them and playing games and teaching them things, and they were so advanced. Like, my daughter started walking before she was 8 months old. My son started walking when he was 10.5 months old, and I think he would have walked sooner. You have to remember, he was 6 weeks early, so if he was born on time, I think he would have started walking around the same time as my daughter. They talked early, just very advanced children. And I think that was a combination of breastfeeding and me being so one-on-one with them and teaching them things. And people would say, you speak to those kids like they like they adults. I remember one time my son was we was at the supermarket and he was whining, and because I guess I wasn't moving fast enough, and he was in his stroller. And I said to him, I said, you need to learn patience, because you making all that noise is not going to make things move faster. We are moving as fast as we can. And the lady and the cashier was like, you talk to him like he understand what patience means. And I was like, he does understand what patience means. Like, you understand it, right? Why wouldn't he understand? Which is so weird, because people say that to me now, like teachers, your children have pretty big vocabularies, you know? And I'm like, yeah, their mother is college educated. I talk to them like how I talk to my peers. Like, they should have big vocabularies, right? They should speak like they have a mom with a master's degree. Like they have a mom who almost has her doctorates. They should speak that way. Why wouldn't they? Because I'm a single mother. So many, being in the South, so many people and their stereotypes. And I say the South, not saying that there's not that kind of discrimination in the North, but I really didn't understand racism and prejudice and discrimination until I came down South. And Atlanta is still the South because it's part of Georgia, and my gosh, whew. Oh. But everything is a struggle, and everything has its pros and everything has its cons. The pepper spray, the TPO in a bag. I even had police reports, his picture information written on the back of it that people would need if they was to find me. Always these safety measures, these precautions. It was my faith that helped me get through that, and that anxiety and that stress. Otherwise, I would live the rest of my life always barricaded. And what kind of life is that? He already took away so many things from me. My friends, my family, my home, my job, my neighborhood, anything that was familiar, it was like stripped from me. And I was allowing him to take away my mind and my safety and my sense of my home could be my safe haven. I was just like, God, I can't give him everything. I just can't. And so I'm going to have to release. And I might have to trust.